That's so embarrassing, guys.
Wow.
I was talking to Mike for like a whole minute, and then I was like, "What's going on?"
She started this stream, and she was talking so much shit.
I was talking a lot of shit, and Mike did not. Mike was serving it back, and y'all missed it because I'm stupid.
Yeah. She was like, "Dude," I'm like looking in the corner, and I'm like, "Did she even go live? Maybe it takes a second." She's like, "I'm not even live right now."
Yeah. So that's what happened. It's new day, new stream. Because I'm taking a class. For those of you who don't know, usually the stream is on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. But I'm taking a class right now for the next 5 weeks, maybe longer. So we're kind of playing around, seeing what it's like in the evening, thinking maybe more people might be available after work or whatever and want to waste their dinners away from their families and with us for some reason.
100%. Well, I mean, also, it's just because Amanda, whenever she decides to do something, everyone else needs to change everything they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Just like suck it up and just...
She didn't even tell me until today. She was like, "Hey, we're doing the stream at a different time, so like, be there." I was like,
I told him, he was asleep, and I was like, I went to Michigan and I kicked him out of bed, and I was like, "Yo, get up. We got a friggin' live stream to do."
We got a stream in like 22 hours, and then she drove back.
Yeah, I'm actually a time traveler. Also, hi from South Africa. That's so cool. I did not realize we had... Now I can say that we have well, I guess not African American. I guess just African fans.
Just African representation.
Just full African representation.
Yeah, wow, African American.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm glad you can make it, Binary Recoil. Yeah, I'm hoping that maybe we'll get just get some different people today, just because I feel like so many people are like, I can never make it. So now you're welcome. You can make it.
Yep, you're here.
So
new audience, you know.
Yeah, new year, new us. What? It's April. I'm tired.
We're gonna tell April to start the new year.
Mm-hmm. Well, running on CPT as I normally do, April is the new year for me. Yep. I literally haven't even done my taxes yet. I had to file for an extension because I was so behind. Like, that's how not on top of things I am.
Wow. What is Mike tucking? Well, I just had to tape my penis against my leg. Mm-hmm. If it flops around during the stream, it makes a lot of noise. So...
you just hear it, just like... dum, 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 dum.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, that's too much, so I just like tape it against my leg.
He does this for your safety and comfort.
Yeah.
Just know this.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we have another rival mic. So there's
every
white mic
is a rival.
Hmm?
I like how every single mic is a rival.
Well, yeah, because there can only be one. Yeah. There's White Mike. I listed him first before you. There's Epic Mike or non-White Mike. And now there is... I don't know what you are, Mike, but maybe a white African Mike.
Just African Mike could be good
too. I like the idea that you're probably white, but African.
Wow. Yeah, just a lot of assumptions there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just being made. Also, White Mike is dead, so there isn't a White Mike anymore.
Does that just happen? Is like, so if you have anybody you've loved who's died, like if your wife died, she just wouldn't exist anymore?
She doesn't exist anymore. I'm not married.
Oh, shit,
She's
yeah.
dead. Yeah.
I forgot. That's like Dateline rules. Like if you kill somebody and you get away with it, you're not, it never happened.
Yeah, well, and all, yeah, I mean, she's not my wife anymore. She's just a body.
She's just worm food.
Yeah. They don't have any, like, bodies don't do anything. They don't have any, like, they don't, contribute to society at all. They're just there.
I mean, I don't know, help trees grow or something. I don't know.
Not if you put them in, like, a really tightly sealed coffin, then they just sit there. That's why I've never understood the whole coffin thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm like, just put them in, like, a wooden box like they used to old school and just drop them in the dirt. Yeah.
They used to have a coffin, I think in Germany. I think it was the 1700s. There was a king who, I don't know if it was for green. I think it was called the green coffin. And it was like, but maybe that might be what we've called it now. But basically, they would put the body over the, the hole. And then the bottom would drop out after the family left. So it would like, you'd put it above the hole. The coffin would look all nice as if they were going to lower it in. And then they just trapdoor you. Just
that's amazing
into the hole and then throw the dirt on you, and they'd reuse the coffin. I don't know if it was for people who were just poor and maybe they knew that it was going to happen and it was just like, dump grandpa down there, or if it was something where the families didn't know, and the king was just like, how are they going to know? How are they going to check?
Yeah. What are they going to do about that? I'm kind of wondering if this is true. I got to look this up.
Yeah, what is it called?
I've heard there's coffins now with Wi-Fi in them.
Why?
Because, yeah, yep. There's a coffin with Wi-Fi's now. Yep.
There's no need because embalming has made it so that you will not be buried alive. If you were put in the coffin, or if you were declared dead, and you weren't, you soon will be.
Yeah.
You're not going to survive embalming.
No. I don't know.
That's actually
it's
what,
just weird. I don't know. I didn't think this was real, but apparently it's a real thing. Yeah.
that's they what was it? They've also had oh god, this is my like nerdy Oakland Cemetery tour guide history coming out.
I'm excited.
But I didn't know until recently that the reason they bury people 6 feet under is because that's the depth at which an animal will not smell you and dig you up.
Oh, damn. That's terrifying.
Yeah. So like they had they used to bury people like the day after they died because they didn't have embalming, so they didn't want you to stank all over the place. So they were like, "Oh, well, we got to get you in the ground real quick." And they used to not bury people very deep, and so the animals would come and they'd smell you and they'd dig you up. So graveyards used to be literally terrifying, where there'd just be like people popping back up out of the ground because like your neighbor's cat decided to pop by. But
like, hey, time to eat that body. Yeah.
yeah, it was like a fast food graveyard. I don't know. Fast food for
fast
animals.
food. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dig
So
it. There it is.
Animane says morbid nerdery. Let's go. So they had, what was it? Once they discovered like, oh shoot, like comas are a thing, and we may have been burying some people alive, the day after who were just real sleepy.
Yeah.
That's when people started freaking out. It was like 1850, and they were like, let's start like, let's get like safety coffins. People were like, let's capitalize on it. So that's like one of my favorite random topics to go into is safety coffins, and I've gone into them before, so I don't need to go into them here unless I don't know. It's a new crowd, so who knows? Maybe
Just
the
tell
6
'em
p.m.
about it.
crowd.
Yeah. 6 p.m. crowd doesn't know about safety coffins. It's our morning guys. They are like, hey, we know all about these.
The morning guys are our Undertaker crowds because they work nights, digging those graves and fighting them ghosts in the graveyard. So during the day, they have time to come and watch our stream.
Yeah.
So 6 feet is also harder to get out of the grave as a zombie. That is true. And if you ever see like especially in England and like the older graves and cemeteries, they have these like cages, like industrial strength cages over certain coffins, and it looks like it's to keep people from getting out. Allegedly, it was to keep grave robbers out or from getting in. Yeah. But we all know the truth.
Yeah. That's to keep the people out. Yeah, keep the dead people inside the grave. Yep. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of scary. It's kind of terrifying. So tell us about these safety coffins.
So there's different kinds, but basically, again, there was 1850. Doctors were like, they realized, oh, we've had some medical advancements, and we realized, like I said, comas, catatonic states, real deep sleepers. Just, like I feel like every guy I've dated was like a really deep sleeper, and they all just like zonk out and just don't wake up for things. So I could see any of them being buried alive. And but when I say that, it's because I saw it, because I did that to them after they tried to break up with me.
Yeah. Or she just like, she first time, like you like try to wake him up and he won't wake up and he won't move. She's like, oh my god, he's dead.
Oh, I've definitely thought that that men were dead. When they just, because especially like if they were making noise and then they stop, that's when I'm like, oh, I imagine this is what it's like when you're I don't know yet, but when you're a new parent, I imagine anytime the baby's still, you're like, oh my god, it's dead. Like, is that kind of the fear you have for like the first year of its life? It is
with the first child, yeah, because you're like constantly like, did she make a noise? And you like run over there and like check, and the baby's like, and you're like, are you alive? Like, and the baby's like, don't touch me. And you're like, oh, sorry, my bad. I just didn't know, yeah, there's a lot of that. And then even like the baby monitor and stuff, like you turn it up really loud because you want to hear it. Sometimes the baby just doesn't make any noise. And you're just like, is Are they all right? And you like go running over there and you like poke them to make sure they're okay.
Have you ever
Yeah.
turned up the baby monitor so loud that you hear the ghosts instead?
No. Typically,
Turn it up louder.
there haven't been any ghosts yet. I haven't had any weird baby monitor stuff yet.
I feel like
Amazingly.
I have like cameras in my house that I can like watch live like when I'm out of town and whatnot, and there's always a weird noise going through it. And again, it's probably some electrical thing, but it always sounds like
No.
something. It always sounds like somebody's working. Like
Yeah.
like it's just
Yeah.
like somebody's like building something next to
Big
the
George. Yeah.
yeah.
He's
Big
slowly
oh,
constructing a trap for you.
what happened recently? Maybe you guys are all tech nerds. So the other day I was like, I mean, I was dead asleep. My laptop is in another room of my house.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up and my boyfriend was like, "Oh, he's like, "Did you get up before me and you like went into the office and like watched something?" I was like, "No." He's like, "It's been playing for like the last like it was playing when I got up." And I went to the office and yeah, something had just made YouTube open and there was just a but it was like videos that were like very practical. Like it wasn't like crazy shit. It was like life advice for people over 55, which I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? Maybe Big George was just trying to get some like money help. Like I don't know what it was. It was a couple
Yeah.
things. It was a couple things like that and like how to organize your house. Like maybe he was trying to tell me something.
Yeah. He's like, bitch, this house is messy. Fix it.
Right.
Like, please. Yeah. And he's trying
It's
to help you
weird.
set up for your life like ahead. He's like, listen.
Yeah.
He's like,
He's like
while we're at the organization, maybe we'll pull up some life advice.
he's like, girl, I'm a Big George is training to be a life coach,
yeah,
which is ironic because he has no life.
yeah.
An afterlife coach.
An afterlife coach. That's a good one.
Oh
Yeah,
God, that feels like some sort of like cheesy sitcom.
yeah. Afterlife coach
Like the
coming this
afterlife
fall.
coach to
Yeah,
Netflix.
yeah. It's like,
Like
oh, honey, you need to get your life together. It's like, well, you don't even have a life. You know.
womp 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 womp
Yeah,
womp. Big George.
yeah. Pretty much.
And
Yeah.
I have not. What is a dampier?
Damphir.
A dampier.
It's a half vampire, half human. It's like a daywalker kind of.
Oh, well, I play that every day of my life. I don't need to role play that in a D&D.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like when like a vampire, like a vampire and a human, they like bang and have a child,
okay.
kind of. Yeah.
So like, wait. What powers does this person have? Are they just like, do they have the best of being a vampire, or are they like a vampire where they like can't go in the sun and also they're like really anxious? Like the worst of human and vampire.
It's just all the worst things. They have like chronic gas and like
And acne.
indigestion and acne, but then they can't go out in the sun. Yeah. Let me see here. According to this, Damphers were the most part normal members of the community, but male Damphers especially could see invisible vampires and practice sorcery, and often started careers as vampire hunters. Yeah. They have both the powers of humans and vampires. They can sense a supernatural creature within a specified distance, have acute sense of sight and hearing, have regenerating abilities, immortality. I don't know why I said it like that. Can walk in sunlight, which that's where Daywalker came from, actually.
I too can walk in sunlight.
Yeah,
Tracks.
well,
I've the first time I ever got a sunburn, I was 19. So I lived in
yeah,
Florida for a big portion of my childhood. I
yeah.
was brown as sin. Like I was so dork. I would not have even passed the paper bag test. Yeah, I know it's hard to believe,
I just
but
brown as sin is a very interesting take. Yeah.
you've never heard that from your
I've heard like
clansmen?
black is sin.
I think I was trying to be inclusive.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Just categorize all
Any
dark
dark
people
skin
as
can-
sinful. uh, so yeah, no, like I never got a sunburn. My white mother never explained to me that this is something that could happen to me. So then at 19, I went to the Celtic festival and I was there all day. And suddenly I started like my skin was like bubbling and peeling and I thought I was like dying. And I was so like I was like looking it up on like well no I couldn't look it up because it had a little flip phone like it wasn't you couldn't look
Oh
things
yeah,
up you just
yeah,
had to just die.
Yeah.
What, you didn't have WebMD to save you, to tell you you had cancer. You just had to assume you had cancer.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, that was the first time I got burnt, and then ever since then, I've been able to get burnt. I've never been burnt that badly before, but yes, I can walk during the day. I know it's surprising, being the
No.
Nubian goddess I am,
Yeah.
the Somali princess.
Yeah. Wow. I like how
And I
this we tried to start on safety coffins, and this we ended up with damn fear, and now Amanda being potentially Cuban, according to
oh
the
wait, do people
horror
think you were
one.
Cuban when I was a
Yeah,
kid or when I was
yeah,
burnt?
probably both.
I was trying to think of a joke, like some Fidel Castro thing, but I don't really know what he did to people. I'm like, I could be
Yeah,
like, I could be all geopolitical and smart, but I'm not. I just like to pretend I am. I get all my information from memes.
yeah. That's the
Um,
best place to get them, though.
that's really where I get most of my news. Is
Yeah,
like, just you see a meme about it, and you go, "What's this about?" And then you look it up, and then so it's like the meme leads you to the actual news.
yep.
Um, but yeah, I feel like for me, I got burnt at the Celtic Festival because I'm so empathetic. That's what it was. I'm just such
Oh.
an, as people say, I'm such an empath.
I feel the paleness in the room.
It's
I'm
just
burning.
oppressive paleness.
Yeah,
That
that's
feels
pretty
like
impressive.
that feels like the name of my autobiography.
Oppressive
Oppressive
paleness.
paleness, the Amanda C. Miller story. Um,
That's actually pretty good.
like, what is it like to be this light skinned? This is
Yeah.
the true story, or whatever the MTV thing was. Like, you
Yeah.
think you think you know, but you have no
You have
idea.
no idea. Yeah.
Um, and then I'm trying to see if I can find a
How do you
picture of it.
burn in a shirt?
I guess you must be very white.
Yeah, like it's so pale that even wearing like protective stuff doesn't stop it. It's like just the residual of like the heat from like the radiation and stuff burns you. I've been burned like once or twice, but it's always very mild. It's
Mm.
like, oh yeah, that's like tender to touch, but I've never had like the severe sunburn where like you're peeling and your body's like, oh my god, or anything.
I didn't
So
get I was in Hawaii for a friend's wedding in October, and it was miserable because I didn't get to do anything fun. I wanted the day that I had free to go to the beach. I was like, I'm gonna go to the beach. Uh, my people were like, let's go hiking, and I was like, but I was like, okay, I like exercise, so they were like, it'll be a nice morning stroll. And I'm thinking, oh, cool, like a beautiful stroll, like a flat stroll, like trees and shade and stuff. And they were like, it's like maybe a mile and a half. Now, what they neglected to mention was that it was a mile and a half both way, like each way,
mm-hmm.
and that mile and a half was straight up. It's a good thing that the camera can't see me because I'm doing a straight up zig heil right there. I was
Yeah,
just like, but it was
that'll
like
yeah.
vertical. Let's see.
Wow, that's kind of awful. Like that's
Yeah.
my thing. I get it if you're like, hey, this is what we planned on, this is what we're doing. But imagine you go on vacation to Hawaii and you're like, you know what we should do? We should go on a hike.
Yeah. It was let me move this to a new window. I don't think I have any porn open, but just in case.
Yeah. I don't know. That's
Ugh.
just one of those things. It's like people that like to go camping. Like it's not that I don't have I get why people like to go camping, but somebody's like, "Hey, do you want to go out in the woods for a while and sleep in a tent and not bathe and eat things open over an open fire that is like barely cooked?" And I'm like, "I mean, no, not really."
Do you want to shit in the woods like a bear?
Yeah. That's really what yeah. And I'm like, I could avoid that if we wanted. Like that would be kind of cool to not do that. And like, no, it's gonna be lots of fun. We're all gonna smell bad, and we're not gonna shower. And yeah,
Do you want to cosplay as a homeless person?
yeah, like it's lots of fun. I'm like, no, that doesn't sound fun. And then by the time I would be comfortable with it, I like camping. We're not camping anymore. We're just sitting at home. Look, oh my god, is that what you guys walked up?
Yeah, and that was me.
That's not fucking hiking.
I was so fit and so brown.
Yeah, that's
No,
this actual picture of her.
yeah, actual picture of me in the sun looking jacked. No, but look at that. Do you see how like that
Yeah.
was all the way down, like the parking lot's down there, and it's like straight up. It used to be, I guess, I don't think it was railroad tracks. I think it was some other thing that they transport up this hill. I'm trying to show how like vertical it is.
That
Like
looks pretty vertical. I mean,
it's
like,
terrifying.
yeah, I don't. Why would anybody want to do that for fun? Like, why would you bring your friend there to do that?
Well, they were. I don't know. I wasn't really friends with this person, so maybe she was jealous of my career. She was a fellow voice actress, and
That's
she
what
was
it
just like,
is.
she's like, I'm gonna kill her so I can get her roles.
Yep, she's gonna get to
Uh,
the top of these not really steps, these train track not really steps that are definitely not designed to be walked on by humans, and I'm gonna push her off.
and this is like how you had to get down, because
What?
and you see these assholes up here trying to climb up, and I'm like, and the funny thing is, I'm like climbing this stupid fucking mountain, and the whole way up, I'm trying to find, I don't know, oh, those are the pictures, whatever. But yeah, it's just miserable
No.
people climbing to the top, and
Yeah.
so we're climbing up, and I'm like, it's like 95 degrees. There's no shade you can see, so it's just hot, and then you're like sweating, and your head's hurting, and then I'm kind of halfway up, and I go, okay, like I'm tapping out, guys. You go up, I'll meet you back here, and then I'll climb. I'll go down with you. I knew what my limits were, and I
Yeah.
wish I had listened to myself, because they were all pushing me, and they're like, "Come on, you're not gonna go to Hawaii just to not climb to the top of the mountain. Like you're
What?
halfway there. Come on!" And I'm like, again, one of these girls runs the Hollywood Bowl steps for fun on weekends. Like that should have to me been a red flag right away that I
Yeah.
was I was in the hands of a homicidal maniac. So I should have known, and I
Yeah.
didn't. Um, and so my friend and I, he was about, thankfully, I had a fat friend on the hike with me. So he stayed back with me because we both were like, so we
Yeah.
both were the fatties at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So like they were all like, the three fit ones were like, oh my God, this is so great. And I remember that bitch. I was like, she's like, come on, guys. I'm not even breaking a sweat. And I was
No,
just
she
like,
didn't.
she did. And I don't think she realized how tone deaf it was, but I was sitting there like having an asthma attack. And she's just, no, what did she say? She's like, my heart rate's not even up. And I was like, ooh, it's about to be flatline because I'm about to push you off this mountain.
Push her off the mountain. That's exactly what you should have done. Yeah.
What I should have done, but I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn
I
it.
regret it to this day. But
Yeah.
then, so we climbed. So halfway up, I'm like looking out at the view. I'm like, oh, this is nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is this basically what I'm going to see when I get to the top? It was like, you got to see the island and the water. And they were like, oh no, it's so much better when you get to the top. Like everybody coming down, these dumb fit white people. I don't mean white people. I mean like
Yes, you do. Yes, you
white
do.
people. I mean like
Yes,
the
you
kind of
do.
people who are like, oh my God, this is so great.
Yes.
Kombucha and stuff. Like those kind
Yeah.
of white people. So they basically were like, and like you could see in the pictures, they were all like, I'm jacked and I've never had to, I don't know. Nothing's ever been a struggle for me in my life. That's not fair.
Yeah.
They probably
I
struggled
came.
very hard.
I came to Hawaii to climb up a mountain because I hate myself. That's really
Exactly.
what it
Yeah,
is.
exactly. That's what I mean when I say white people. This is
Yeah.
the kind who are like, this is fun, right? This is how I
Yeah.
want to spend my time in Hawaii on vacation.
Yeah.
So, and this is the only time I'll agree with Ibram Kendi. Anybody can be a white people when I'm talking about that kind of stuff.
Yes. It's a
Asians
white
can be a
people
white
thing.
people, blacks can be
Yep.
a white people. I'm talking
Yep.
about that. You know who I mean.
Yep.
Anyway,
See, Abysmal Raptor has it figured out. Even the white people that even white people don't.
yes, exactly. You guys know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The kind who would pay $11 for like a specialty juice that you could make
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
So
It's literally apple juice, and there's nothing else in it. But they're like, no, this is hand squeezed apple
right,
juice.
artisanal apple juice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know the person who's. I was about to say the person who sat on it, as if you hatch apples.
She's just like, blah.
Yeah, they're like, I know the migrant worker who sat on this apple to hatch it to then press my juice. So like, farm to table. So anyway, I was hiking up the mountain halfway up. Oh yeah, and people on the way down, the entire way down, were like, "Don't worry, you got this. Like it's beautiful. It's so worth it. You're almost there." They were saying you're almost there at the bottom. Like, I don't know why
because
they do
they're
that.
miserable and they
wanna
want
make me
you to be
too.
miserable too. Yes. Yep.
It was so frustrating because it's like in a workout class, right? They'll be like, you're almost there, 10 more seconds, and then you get to 10 seconds, they're like, okay, 30 more seconds. That's the kind of shit I hate, and that's what these people were doing. So anyway, they're climbing down the mountain. They're making it seem like it's really going to be something when you get to the top. I'm like, like I have asthma and I'm fucking fat. Like, no, thank you. And then I finally, after like, I think it was like maybe 2 hours, I get to the top. I'm like, my head is splitting. I didn't realize at the time I was getting heat stroke.
Heat stroke? Yeah.
Or
Yeah, heat stroke.
or is it sun? Is it sun? It might just be heat exhaustion. I think it might not be quite because I didn't have to go to the hospital, but I
Okay, then heat
did not have a
exhaustion.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
was not
pretty
having a good day
close.
afterwards.
Yeah,
Well, I get to the top and I look around. I'm like, it's just the same view, slightly higher. And I told them on the way up, I'm like, look, I don't have any cartilage left in my knees because I used to play hockey and I was a goalie, and that's stupid for your knees. And now I've paid the price. So I'm like, going downhill is actually a lot harder for me
yeah,
when you have no cartilage, and it's a lot more pressure on your knees and your quads. So I started going down the hill. I'm like, oh no. And I couldn't do it. Like my knees were just like not having it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die on this mountain. I'm a mile and a half up. Nobody's gonna
yeah.
come be able to come get me. And I like broke off a tree branch. I went full Bear Grylls, and I'm just like, because they fucking left. They left me. I was so mad.
What?
I was so mad. Um, one of them was my ex-boyfriend from college, so like that tracks.
Yeah.
He was always clueless, but
He was the one he was the first one you buried when you thought he
yeah,
was dead.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's the first.
He's like, I'm gonna get you back for that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I remember when you buried me alive in the yard.
Yep.
But yeah, so I'm going down. I'm like sobbing because my knees are hurting so bad, and also my head was hurting. I wasn't thinking clearly. I'm just like, everything hurts, and I don't have any water, and I'm gonna die, and all my friends left me. And thankfully, my fat friend came back because he turned around and was like, "Where's Amanda?" And so he was a saint, and he like walked with me all the way down. He kind of like helped me and whatever. But it took it took even longer to get down the hill, and I'm sobbing, and all the people coming up are like looking to me to give them advice, and I'm just like,
don't go up this fucking hill.
I remember the time. I wasn't trying to say it to them, but I was saying it to my friend Ricky, the one who was with me, and I was like, I don't know why anybody likes this. Or no, I was like, this is so fucking terrible. I hate this. I don't know why anybody who likes to do this for fun is fucking stupid. And I like opened my eyes from crying, and I see like this, like, you know, again some more white folk being like, like, yeah, feeling very attacked when I'm like, anybody who likes this is fucking stupid.
They did the Good Samaritan thing. They're just like went like on the other side of the trail and like,
no, they were like, well, we get it. It's a hard hike. And like they're like, but you know, but we enjoy it. And I was like,
but we hate ourselves.
Yes, they're like, we're trying to punish ourselves for slavery still. This is their like their penance. I don't know.
They're like, who told you to take this? This is for whites.
It's for us. What if that's what hiking was? What if hiking was just created by like some woke person back in the 70s who's like, we must flagellate ourselves. No, we must just repent for slavery.
Walking in the most the worst conditions possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
My friends and I were hiking in Estes Park and went off the trail. One of the guys almost killed himself on the descent by trying to slide down part of the mountain.
It's pretty based. Yeah, that's kind of awful. just
see, Mike sees a guy fly off a mountain. He goes, based.
You got to get off that mountain as fast as possible.
I mean, he's going to get to the base of that mountain. I guess that's what you mean by based. Like, yeah,
pretty much. See, I've gone on hikes, but never anything that bad. Mine has been, we went canoeing one time for like a bachelor party, and I did not want to be in the canoe.
There were kayaks. Like a euphemism for some sexual term that you did at the bachelor party?
Yeah, basically it's kind of like a human centipede, but with penises.
It's like a 10-man canoe.
Yeah, 10-man canoe, and you just grab, but there's a lot of paddles involved too, yeah. I got in a canoe with my buddy, and I did not want to be in the canoe. I wanted a kayak. There were kayaks available, and everybody's like, no, just take the canoe, because, you know, you've done this before, and you could be with him, and you could kind of guide him through stuff. And I'm like, okay, but he's never been in a canoe before, so, like, this is going to turn out badly. Well, one of the first things that happened is they put a guy in the middle. It was, like, me in the front, my buddy in the back, and then this guy in the middle who had never been canoeing. And we come up on this tree branch, and we just duck. We're like, oh, it's a tree branch, duck. He didn't duck. He stands up, grabs the branch, and I'm like, let go of the fucking branch, you moron! And he turns the whole canoe sideways, and then the canoe just goes whoop, and all of our shit goes in the water. Fortunately, we had it all bagged, but it goes all in the water. And then like the kayak guys had to come back because they're like smug. They're like, you know, motorcyclists. They're like, oh, they come back over to you upstream, and they're like, hey, let me grab your stuff for you, buddy.
They like lap you several times.
Yes, it's awful. So yeah, we had to put our stuff in the back, and then I think the other guys that were in the canoe took the new guy. so that they could beat him with paddles if they had to. Because I was like, I'm not being with this guy anymore. So then we got back in the canoe and we went downstream. Anyways, it's like early evening. By the time we get to the place we're supposed to go to, it's dark. And I see the landing, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be where we're supposed to go, but there's nobody there. There were supposed to be people waiting there for us to talk to us and all this stuff. All the kayak guys got there, walked up the side of the hill, and left, and without telling anybody else where it was. So we go past the landing. I was like, maybe it's a little farther down. The other canoe people go past the landing with us. And then we get about we get like another half an hour down the stream. We go, I think we missed it. I think we went too far. And the guy behind me starts having a breakdown. He starts hitting the water with his paddle. And he's screaming and like almost in tears because he just wants to go home. And then we had to paddle upstream, and it took like an hour of paddling upstream.
Whose wedding was it? Was like did the groom, was he having the meltdown, or was it just...
No, he was one of the kayakers.
Okay.
He was done before everybody else was. He was there at the landing, one of the first people there. Went up a hill and everything. Yeah, we had to paddle upstream, and partway through the paddling, he would just, my buddy in the back would just give up and start crying. And I would have to like paddle upstream. And I'm like fighting it and trying to steer this canoe that's doing this in the water because the guy behind me won't paddle anymore. Oh, it was awful. And then eventually we got to the landing and got out of there. But yeah, so it's just one of those things. Why does anybody think that this is like fun?
Well, I think also for that, I'm realizing, I think what it might be is like, hey, I'm really good at this thing. I want people to be impressed by me.
Yeah.
So like, kayaking, like you're the guy whose wedding it was like, hey guys, let's go kayaking or canoeing for you virgins. And then this girl, she runs up the Hollywood steps. She's conditioned for it. She's like, this will be a nice jaunt. I'm trying to think if there's anything I do sometimes. Okay, I think for me it'd probably be like maybe ice skating. Like I'm not like a figure skater, but like I've used to be like, hey, let's all go ice skating, because I knew I was better than everybody else. So I knew like I wouldn't embarrass myself. And then what was the other thing? I would say karaoke, but I actually get really nervous singing in front of people, but like I'm a pretty good singer. So like I'll hustle people. And so like
hustle people.
Yeah, so I'll be like, oh, I don't know. And maybe like the first song I'm like not great at because I'm warming up and getting comfortable. But then eventually there's a point in the night where I'm like, I don't know, and I, or whatever. Like, yeah. And then they're like, ugh. I don't know why I was doing Dreamgirls there, but I was doing it like a weird, like I was doing it like, and I,
Your Jennifer
Wait, no,
impression.
that's Whitney Houston. I was thinking, and I'm telling you.
Yeah. I'm not going. Yeah.
My friend Jamar used to do that, and he was so funny because there was a Jennifer Holiday, I think was the first Effie on Broadway, and she kind of had this like.
Yeah, the Broadway.
You're gonna love me. It's the weirdest.
That's really funny.
I shouldn't be making fun of her. She was a great singer, but I'm saying, is she dead? I was saying was.
I actually don't know if she's dead or not. Let me catch. Somebody said it's easier to remove the canoe from the water, flip it over, and carry it. Yeah, she is dead. Yeah.
No, she is alive. So it says Jennifer Holiday is an American actress and singer. Damn. Either plastic surgery or she had a glow up. Hold on.
Jennifer Holiday?
Hold on. Well, let me show you something.
All right, I'm gonna let you pull it up. Normally,
let me show you something.
Let me show you something.
Where that?
I don't. It's just one of those things. But yeah, ice skating. I've had people invite me to ice skating. That's actually kind of how I met my wife.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because we had already known each other, but then she invited me and like a group of friends all out to ice skating, and I had no idea how to ice skate, and I'm like, my big black ass is gonna go through that ice. Like, no, it's completely solid. I'm like, well, then I'll just fall and crack my skull and die. So my wife was very kind, and this was before we even liked each other, and she like held my hand while I was on the ice to kind of help me not fall over and die. My buddy like legitimately hockey checked me at one point because he was really good at skating, and he thought it was the funniest thing ever. I didn't fall, but I was like, man, I kind of liked holding her hand that whole time. So
you're like, I'll hold her hand forever.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's sweet and disgusting, and I love it.
It is very disgusting. Yeah.
I'm a hopeless romantic, so I love all those.
I was like, wow, I really like holding her hand. Yeah. And then the next time we went ice skating, which I think at that point she realized, she's like, oh, I can keep holding his hand if we keep going ice skating together. We went ice skating again, and she did the same thing.
So
I
it's
was a
kind
little
of
bit more
like
confident.
it's like a horror movie tactic where like guys would take girls to a horror movie in high school because then she'd be like, "Oh," and it'd be a way for him to be
Help
like,
me! Yeah.
"Yeah, that's not smart. Your
She
wife had
took a
game."
she took my big black ass ice skating, and she's like, "Oh, it's okay, I've got you." And I'm like, "Oh God, I'm gonna fall and die." Yeah.
When you get scared, do you become like a stereotypical black guy in a '90s movie, and you're like, "Oh hell no!" And you're like slipping all over
Yeah.
the ice?
I'm like, you guys are fucking stupid. We need to go. Like, why are we still here? Yeah.
So black horror movie, like less Martin
Black horror
Lawrence
movie. Yeah.
and more. I don't know. I can't think of a movie that of like a black guy that was in a horror movie.
Like LL Cool J in what was it called, Deep Blue Sea, where he was like the only one to survive because he was like, "No, fuck
Oh,
these sharks, man, I'm out." Like, and
I see
everybody's
that
like,
you get to you cast yourself as the cool black guy in a '90s movie.
I cast
90s horror
myself
movie.
as the smart black guy in the movie, the one that gets away because yeah, he didn't want
That's
to.
ambitious. That's, I
Yeah,
don't know if that's good typecasting.
you have to. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta find this. I'll have to show it to you sometime. There was a skit a guy did where it was like it was an actual thing that this guy was doing, like an actual like candid feature, but he was like black people in horror movies. And the guy went into this building, he unlocked the door, he walks in, and he turns to the hallway, and the hallway lights turned off, and he just straight up turned around and walked out of the building. He locked the door behind him, and he just left. And I was like, that's so amazing. He was like, nah man, I ain't even like trying to be in this.
There's
So
a show on Discovery, or it's on Discovery Plus at least. I don't know which channel it's on, but I think it's called Ghost Brothers. And it's like
oh yeah.
it's black guys who are ghost hunters. And to me, it'd be hilarious if each episode was like 2 seconds long. It's like, today we're gonna investigate the McCracken Mansion, or McLaren whatever castle here, and they walk in and they hear like one thing, like a door
No,
slam,
we're
and they go,
done.
"Nope, no, all right."
Yeah.
Roll credits.
That's gonna be the episode, everybody.
All right,
we out.
that's gonna do it for me.
Get in the car. Yeah, Keith David in The Thing was a good one. Yeah, he was like not having it. And then yeah, Busta Rhymes in Halloween H2O was the other one I was thinking. Yeah, you just gotta kind of get out of there. I feel like you're the kind of person that would stay in the house.
I'm the weirdo who I'm obsessed with ghosts and spooky things, and also
Mm-hmm.
terrified of them. So
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm the person who'll probably like watch, like I'll hide in the corner, but also be like that.
Mm.
I'm the dum dum who thinks if you close a door or hide under a blanket, the ghost can't get you. It's like ghost rules.
Well,
And they're like, "Ah,
that is a
shit."
ghost rule, I think.
That is a ghost law.
Yeah, if you can't get out of the house, you gotta cover up. Like, yeah, you do
And
sit out in the open like a crazy person.
they're like, "Oh, I can't get she's in the blanket. I can't get
Yeah.
her."
She
Like,
just comes
oh,
up, bitch, if you weren't in this blanket right now, you'd be so dead. I'm gonna go kill your friends now. Yeah.
or like, if you don't, like, shit, I was gonna get her, but then she turned on every light in the hallway on the way to the bathroom, or
Yeah.
she walked facing backwards up the stairs, so I couldn't, because if ghosts can get you from the behind, they can get you, but if you turn around and
Yeah,
if you
but if
look
you
at
turn
them,
around
they
and
can
look at them, they can't. Yeah, they can't get you. But you got to
Yeah.
make sure you have light on, or else then it'll just jump out. Yeah, yep. That's
Yep.
the thing. Smart. See, you got this figured out.
yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. End of story.
It's not
Well,
end
it's
of
weird because I'm
story.
the most skeptical believer, if that makes sense. Like, I'll be the
Mhm.
first person to be like, it probably was the pipes, or probably was this or that, but then I also really want it to be
Yeah,
a thing, and I love it when there's no explanation. I'm like, I'm terrified, and also that's awesome.
yeah.
Um,
Well, because some of my favorite things is when you like point out something or like something happens behind her. We can't hear it, but she can. She's like, "What was that? What's
it's
going
the
on?"
worst. And
Yeah.
every once in a while, it is nice though to now have somebody here who like can hear the random things. Because there'd be times where I'd be sitting in the living room and like I had one time that a screw flew off the table, just like a small screw. But like, I like how I'm like rationalizing it, like, oh, it flew off the table, but
Yeah.
it was a small screw. It's like,
Just sitting there. It's like, well, that happens all the time.
yes, things just defy the laws of physics, but it was across the room, like across, like in the dining room area, and I just am like, okay, or my Siri will turn on, even though I've turned her off because I don't like her talking to George. I'm a very
Yeah.
jealous ghost owner, and I don't like
Yeah.
Siri talking to my man.
You're
So
like,
Big George,
shut up.
yeah, Big
Stop
George will
talking
be,
to her.
well, Big George would be talking to her behind my back. I'd be sitting there doing work, and then suddenly it'd be like, Siri would be like, "I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Can you repeat?" Like, and it's like, who are you talking
Never.
to?
Yeah.
So, I feel
Wow.
like there's something somebody said that I was going to respond to, and I forgot. Also, I like that we've been throwing around manlet in the chat.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, this is also in the ghost bylaws. It's a known
Yep.
agreement that as long as you keep your feet under the covers, the monsters can't nibble on your toes.
Yep.
And if you stand next to the bed, they can get you. But if you jump
Onto
from
the
the
bed.
door
Yes.
into the bed
They
and
can't.
don't give them, they
Or
can't.
you just have one of those beds that just touch directly on the floor. So there's nothing I can get underneath the bed. Um yeah, I'm a cocooner. Like I always sleep with my feet like wrapped up under the covers. That's why I like going to hotels is the worst cuz they tuck the sheets and the
Yes,
blankets.
that's the
Like
first thing I do when I get to a hotel room. I
yeah.
rip them
I'm like, are
out.
you guys trying to get me killed? What the hell's the matter with you? Like yeah.
Wait, no, if they're tucked in, I feel like that would make it even harder for the ghost to get you.
You would think so, but no, they got to be under your feet because if the ghost can, reach underneath the blankets or whatever, your feet have to be wrapped up pretty nicely so that they can't get to you, you know?
See, I don't like my feet being under the blanket because I get hot. I'm hot like a man.
Well, what you
Take that,
do is
take that as you will.
see, this is what you do is you just wrap your feet up, but then you just take like your knee and you just like stick your knee out of the side of the blanket, you know? So like
Don't tell me what to do.
then you get like a whole leg out of the blanket, but your feet are still protected from whatever the monsters are trying to do.
From the ghost sucking on your toes.
Yep. Yep.
Do you remember the time Kesha said she fucked a ghost?
No? Is that
I
a
used to,
thing?
I used to watch her show. She had a show called, was it like My Crazy Beautiful Life or something like that? And she just like threw that out. She's like, "Oh yeah, I was in a hotel once, in a haunted hotel, and I fucked a ghost."
Oh my god, I'm pulling this up now. I gotta. Wow. Yep, I was in Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, and I had something wake me up while I was in the bed with my boyfriend at the time, and it was a touch
Oh,
down
she
the
cheated
body.
with the ghost.
Yeah, having stated she went to the bone zone with a ghost. She said that she was instead given a gentle wake up by the spirit. I woke up and looked at the end of the bed and it was an apparition of a woman. So full disclosure, I never actually slept with a ghost, but she did wake me up in a very sensual way.
Okay. So she was just
No.
fingered by a ghost? What is this?
I guess or something. Yeah,
We've
that's
got
kind of
some.
weird.
I like that this is becoming like our Halloween stream where we just shared ghost stories. Spoony Samurai said, I had one of those old push knob tubes TVs as a kid, and I was sitting there watching TV with my friend one day, and it started turning itself on, off and on, and the knob started spinning. I would burn down
You
the
have to kick
TV.
the TV. Yeah.
I would burn down the TV. I would burn down the house and tie my friend to the house just in case the ghost was attached to her. Like I would
Mhm.
make sure she went down with the ship. The Horror of One says, I remember seeing a little man underneath the porch of my house. He was sparkly and dark shadow. I remember it approaching me when I ended up waking, sweating in my bed, wondering, wasn't I just awake? It happened to me when I was 5.
Nope.
Yeah. Fuck that shit.
See, this is pretty
Fuck that.
based. My bed's in the loft. Smart. Can't
I don't
get
have
you in
this
the
problem.
loft. You're up high. Yep.
Yeah, but then the fire alarm gets her or him. I don't know
Yeah.
what you are, Crimson Law. I literally sleep mounted to the fucking ceiling in my room. It's great to accidentally headbutt my smoke alarm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's smart. You know.
Wait. Hold on. There's some things I'm missing.
The chat has gone off with this. Yeah.
Mike is making up fake ghost laws. He does not have a
Hey,
ghost PhD.
Have I ever been killed by a ghost? Well, there you go. They
We
never
don't know that.
That I haven't been because I'm under my blankets and my feet are wrapped and protected. You know, you got to have some kind of blanket. The sheet will do. Sheets is significantly less protection, but will do the trick. So, yep.
Imagine having a ghost baby. I imagine that'd probably be pretty like easy labor.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah, it just like starts like growing inside of you, and then one day it just is like passes out of your stomach. Yep.
That's actually very creepy.
Yeah,
I
a little bit.
don't like this anymore.
What if it's like half? What if it's like half person, half ghost?
So like
What would
half
that
of
look
the
like?
ghost, the half the baby can come out and the other half gets stuck inside.
Yeah, or something like that, or like maybe it's got like a skeletal system, but it's got like a ghost body or something.
Oh God.
How does this? Yeah, I kind of wonder now. I don't know.
Hmm.
What
Or
are
like
the- Huh.
wait.
Look this up. Half ghost, half human.
Oh yeah, so this was Abysmal Rapture said. I thought that was what's her name? The singer chick that cut her hair off because that she's non-binary or something. I remember her saying she fucked a ghost too. She also sang for one. Yeah, that was Demi Lovato.
Did
She
Demi
had this
Lovato
like,
have sex with a ghost?
well, I don't know. This is the first I'm hearing about it, but I don't. It sounds completely plausible that she would do that. But she had that ghost show for a while where she like sang. She sang for a ghost, and she's like, "Do you have trauma? I have trauma too." And then she made her two guy friends leave the room because she's like, "This ghost has trauma with men."
No.
And then yeah,
That's awful.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yep. There it is. After conversing with the extraterrestrial via the EMF detector, Lovato shared that the woke ghost had experienced sexual trauma with a male. Yeah, see, at that point, you gotta just take them out of the room. That's really weird. Like, I don't
It's
know.
so
That's
cringy. Like I would show it if we wouldn't get hit with
yeah,
copyright stuff, but
but we definitely will.
I don't know what it was called. If you want to go look up the show, hold on. Demi Lovato Ghost Show. Unidentified with Demi Lovato. 2.3 out of 10 stars on
Yikes.
IMDb. Hold on. I need to show you guys this this epic hold on. Move tab to another window.
You still have this one up.
Oh, I do. Oh, oops. Yeah. That was from like 10 million years ago. That was Jennifer Holliday. Look at the
Oh,
glow up she had. So this was
yeah.
like her in the 80s
Yeah.
and then like her later. Now, granted,
Wow.
there might have been some plastic surgery, but she had a lot of weight loss.
Yeah, but black don't crack either. That's
Black
kind of
don't crack, but
impressive.
also that looks like a different person. Look at the skin tone.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, your skin does get lighter. Like, yeah, if you're unhealthy like that, your skin can be like an unhealthy dark tone. But also, she could have done like that whitening thing too to get more famous.
I never thought that was a real thing. I just always thought that
Oh,
was,
it's very a real
but
thing.
I don't understand how that's
Have
like
you ever
Mindy
seen?
Kaling did it.
Yeah, Mindy Kaling did it. Have you ever seen Sammy Sosa? He did it the
Yes.
wrong way. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did it the worst way, and he had flat out admitted it. And people were like, "Stop telling everybody you got your skin lightened. You're not supposed to tell them about that stuff. It's supposed to be a secret."
A
Yeah.
community secret. So Ruby's telling me to pimp myself out
Oh
for
yeah.
my
So guys, by the way, Amanda has a Streamlabs. You can donate directly to her if you'd like. You know, obviously you don't have to because she's gonna say all of that. But yeah, if you want to support the channel, go ahead and you can send in a donation to the Streamlabs. She's gonna put that in the chat there. There it is.
yes.
Boom.
So that way I can pay Animane because he
Yeah.
helps me edit things and post stuff because I never post anything.
Yeah.
So you can help me pay him that. Well, I do pay him, but it goes on my credit card
Yeah.
because I'm stupid.
My credit card.
It goes on my credit
You're
card.
like, just because you talk about it like it's a baby, Amanda, doesn't make it not a. You're like, no, if I treat it like
it's
that.
only a little baby debt. If I talk like this, it's not a water debt. It's a little baby debt.
Yeah.
Sammy, oh my god, he looks like Vince Vaughn in that picture.
He does. But yeah, he straight up, like, flat out admitted he was doing it. Yeah, that's what he used to look like. And then he went overboard with it a little bit.
Jesus, he looks like a vampire.
Yeah, maybe he's a damn fear. Maybe he got turned into a vampire and he's
Okay.
like, no, I whitened my skin.
Wait, click on the one that has him next to the white chick's screenshot.
Oh, yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah, isn't that scary? I'm like, bro, don't do that to yourself. But yeah,
Jesus.
that's a real thing.
See, now it's not as cool. I was gonna say, like, so Mindy Kaling, I didn't realize also had stuff done. I was watching this YouTuber. She also had like a lot more. I'm trying to find like the before and after.
Mm-hmm.
It's like most celebrities do a decent job of kind of doing it gradually. Like that's what I heard. A lot of times they'll have the surgeon
Yes.
come to their house in the cover of night,
Yeah.
or they'll, which is again, I'm not knocking plastic surgery. It's just that when you do it so drastically that you look like a completely different person.
Yeah. Well, and like Beyonce, Sierra, a lot of these singers, they've all had their skin lightened.
Beyonce has?
Yeah, she has skin lightening. Yep.
Let's see. This is not a great example, but go away. I don't accept. I don't want your cookies.
You have to.
Get out of here. I don't want your cookies. You do not have my consent. Options.
Ariana Grande did it the other way. She used to be a ginger. Yeah. Ariana Grande has run the gamut of the race. And she's
not a ginger. Like in real life?
Pretty sure
No.
she's a ginger in real life.
No,
yeah.
she's a brunette.
Let's look it up.
All right, so this is Mindy Kaling. Hold on. So you can see that she was like, I mean, that's not even as dark as she was.
No.
But like, hold on. Hold on.
Oh yeah, she used to have like fake red hair. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fake. It was not. Look at this. Look how dark to light.
Yeah. But then she got like lip injections and stuff
She
too,
did,
and
and it made it hard for her to smile properly.
yeah, she's a yeah. And like once again, yeah, you don't want to knock people, but yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. It's yeah,
Damn, look at her. Like with the surgery and the lighting, she looks like she's like a hot black chick now.
yeah. That's what she was trying to be, is a hot black chick.
Who else was doing that? Bad Baby. Hold on.
Did she do the same thing?
She's
Because
Bad
like,
Baby. She was the Catch Me Outside girl, right?
yeah, yep,
Like, look at her.
yeah. No, I didn't. I haven't seen her since she did all of that. Oh no.
Because they accused her of blackfishing, which
Yeah.
honestly, this I don't usually. I'm like, oh, some people are tan or whatever, but she definitely like
She went for it. Yeah. Oh no.
Jesus.
Yikes.
That's crazy.
That's kind of scary. I wish I could find the picture of Ariana Grande doing the different races.
Oh wait, what? Ew. That's just
Ugh,
creepy right there.
yeah. Well, that's what happens when you get famous before like you have any sense, and then
18.
they just give you a ton of money.
She
Uh,
never had any sense.
no, they're just like, hey, you know what we should do? We should make this chick famous. And I'm like, please don't. And they're like, well, it's too late now.
Yeah, the day she turned 18, didn't she like make like $1 million on OnlyFans? Because everybody
Yeah.
was wanting to see the Catch Me Outside girls punani.
Yep. And I was like, please don't do that, guys. And they're like, it's too late for us. We can't go back. Um, I'm trying to find a good picture of this, but yeah. So basically, Ariana Grande was kind of running the gamut of like race, and what happened was she was getting accused of blackface because she kept darkening her, like getting more and more tan and wearing her hair like more like a black person's. And just about the time that she did that, she stopped doing it. She started looking Asian instead. And so there's been this like thing where she's just chasing the races, like she's swapping out
She's
races.
like she's like the fifth, the like the after the Fire Nation, there's the race benders.
Yeah, she's just like,
She's
oh,
like,
no, I'm Asian. Yeah. And then every time anybody comes after her, she just changes it up again, so you can't go after her.
she's like shapeshifter. She's like, you're never gonna catch me, like greased
Yeah.
up deaf guy from Family Guy.
Yeah.
She just disappears into a crowd of Asians.
Yeah, she's like, sorry, who am I now? Black? That sounds racist. And she's
I'm
like,
picturing that scene from Ghost in the Shell where she like jumps up, or it's not her. I think it was the bad guy or whatever. It's been so long since I've seen it. Where there's somebody's chasing somebody and then the other person just jumps off the mountain or off the
yeah,
building.
but
I
then
think it might
like,
have
her
been
race is
major.
changing as it happens.
Yes, exactly.
That's actually really good. Yeah. I'm trying to catch up with the chat. The chat's been blowing up this whole time too.
Yeah,
Like, you
which is
can't keep
good.
up
I'm
with
glad you guys are hanging out with us tonight. And
it. Yeah. Even though Amanda just completely changed up the time we do the stream, just
Mhm.
arbitrarily. She didn't tell anybody about it. She just did it.
Listen,
Not a single notification went out to a single person about any of this.
liar,
Um,
liars.
can you tell me where a notification went out?
Yeah, on YouTube.
On YouTube? I didn't see the notification on YouTube.
That's a you problem.
I don't know. Kind of sounds like a you problem. But anyways,
YouTube
so
problem.
my favorite part about all of where we've gone with all of this is you still haven't explained to us what safety coffins are, and I don't know
I've
that we're gonna get an
I've done it on
explanation.
previous streams.
Yeah, but this is a new stream, and we want the explanation.
Safety coffins were basically a way for people who were terrified of being buried alive in the 1850s to be able to be like, okay, now I can rest assured that I will not be buried alive. So
And how
like
does
one
that
of them was the one that most people know about is the one that had like a tube that went from the ground 6 feet under all the way to the surface, and there's a little bell on the surface, and the bell was attached to a string that went through the tube. It would tie around your finger, and it would allegedly, it was supposed to, like, if you twitched or whatever if you woke up, it would ring, and somebody above had like maybe 2 hours of oxygen left. So it wasn't really that helpful because, like, okay, let's say it worked. If nobody was working or on shift at that time,
Yeah,
you were dead anyway.
Yeah. Well, what do you do if like you're like at the thing and like three bells ring and you're all alone. You're like, I, I have to like
Oh,
just save one person. Like, yeah,
I mean, that would be. I thought you were saying like it was something creepy where like the bells rang, but everybody was still dead. So who rang the
oh
bells? That's what I thought you were
no,
saying. Like I thought you were saying it was like the ghosts were like ding 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 ding
no.
ding
It's
ding. You're
like
just
what if
like
it like
no no I
you
quit. I'm
got
going back to dental school
three people are like, holy shit, they really fucked up this week,
at
and
the
three of
same.
us are alive. Yeah, and you're like, I have time to get to one of you. Like, who do you pick at that point?
Let me just show you something real quick, Michael.
I already don't like where you're gonna go with this, but yeah,
Surprise! It's a picture of my dick.
yeah, that's what I was
Um,
waiting for. Was unsolicited dick pic. Well, that's happening. I'll look this up.
look, no, no, right there. What do you see, Michael?
What am I seeing?
Uh, Animane, your resident Negromancer. Tomorrow's live stream is rescheduled for Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So now you have to deal with Amanda's fuckery in the evening instead of the morning.
So Anime had to tell everybody.
Well,
So you
that's
still
that's what
didn't
I
tell anybody what
that's what I
happened.
pay him with my credit card for.
But so you didn't inform anybody. Anime informed everyone.
I informed Animane to inform everyone.
Did you though?
Mm-hmm.
Because you didn't even tell me about it.
Yes, I did.
No, you did. That's true.
I
I'm
was
just
like, I
trying
had
to
to
throw you
check
under
with
the
you,
bus.
motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. What is it? Let me see here. It just reminded me of this. I think Rasputin had claw marks in his coffin, and that reminded me of that too.
That's terrible. I've heard of that a couple times where basically they were like I think there's more like tombs though. I think in South America or something they had like a couple instances where they like rolled back the tomb thing and on the door the woman
Yeah,
was
they
like
had claw
ah.
marks. Yeah.
But that would be, I mean, actually I guess that wouldn't be hilarious. I feel like that would traumatize a lot of Christians. But I was gonna say like could you imagine Jesus being like, I will rise again on the third day? And he's like, God,
Yeah.
I should have worked out before I died.
He's like,
Ah!
what the hell? He's like, hold on a second. Yeah. 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 He was like, nah. He was like, I got this. I got an army on strap. So just have like these angels open it for me. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
What if that wasn't the plan? What if the whole plan was that Jesus would be like such a Chad that he'd roll away his own stone,
Yeah.
but he like was a carpenter? No, carpenters are pretty buff, so I guess that doesn't
Yeah.
really track.
He's just
But
like
maybe
working on it though. He got like stuck and he's like, hey, are you going to help?
he was
Like,
he was like there was like he's like cue the music, like everything was going well. It's like oh, and then he's just like oh, this is
yeah.
heavier than I thought.
And he's like, I did not expect to get stuck in here.
Like his body, he was buff, but his body had atrophied over like 3 days
No.
of disuse.
The
So
spirit was
he's
willing, but the flesh was weak. Like
he's just like
he's like, come
"Ugh."
on, y'all. He's like, it's been 3 days. I haven't eaten yet.
He's like, this doesn't normally happen to me, guys. I
Yeah.
swear.
Wow. I was just looking because I wanted to see if it was Rasputin. I mean, you've heard the story of Rasputin, like how hard he was to kill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, if I remember correctly, no, I think that's what it was. It was that after getting shot and everything, that's what it was. It wasn't that they found claw marks in his coffin. It's that they found that the bag that they put him in and like throw him in the river had like been partially ripped, like he was trying to get out of the bag. Yeah,
They threw him in a river in a bag like a bunch of newborn kittens.
yeah. They shot him twice. Twice? Yeah, they poisoned him. They shot him twice, and then they clubbed him over the head, and then they put him in a bag and threw him in the river, and that's how they found that he had died. Was that he drowned? Yep.
Damn, that's like I have a relative. I mean, many moons ago. Hold on. Oh, it was like in the 1500s. I think it was the Huguenot. Hold on.
Hmm.
Not battle or something. There's a guy. He was like the leader of some sort of thing in France.
They cut off his dick too. I didn't know. I don't remember that they cut off his dick.
Oh yeah, he had a massive schlong apparently. Unlike Napoleon, where where it's in a jar somewhere, and in the review, the critics were not impressed.
Yeah. Which just reminded me. Listen, I shouldn't know this, but do you like? Maybe he'll watch the stream one day. Do you know that like apparently Willem Dafoe, in the movie The Last Temptation of Jesus Christ, they had to like CGI his dick out because it was too big.
Wait,
Apparently,
oh, what's his name? Jim Caviezel? Wait, what?
no, Willem Dafoe.
Oh, Willem Dafoe. They had to wait.
Yeah, apparently
Okay.
he's got like such a massive schlong. They're like, it's distracting.
Wait, what
We
movie
need to
was this?
like
Did you
hide it.
say Passion of the Christ?
No, no, no. Last Temptation of Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay.
You
it
were
was
way
quite
off
a
there, like Jim Caviezel's huge penis. When
it
was
was
that?
quite a Last Temptation, let me tell you.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, he has like a huge, just like package, and it's very distracting. So,
That I don't.
and they were like, we had to edit it out of scenes.
So like John Hamm has that problem where like if you've ever seen pictures of John Hamm like walking down the street, you can just see it. It looks like he's like packing heat. Like it's like the outline of it and
He's got
everything.
a gun right in the front of his
It
pants.
like like I don't know if y'all let me just type in John Hamm sweatpants and see what comes
Like
up.
we're like this is we were once again explaining safety coffins. We got through one explanation and then started talking about Willem Dafoe and John Hamm's penis.
This is
Yeah.
unacceptable.
Oh no, it was actually in the filming of the 2009 psychological thriller Antichrist. The director had to get a body double because his penis was so large. Everyone in the
And
room
Jesus
was
had a
confused.
tiny peen or something, so they
I
like
don't know.
they were like we like hey you're too well endowed to play Jesus. Like
Yeah, they're
what
like, hey
is
man, this isn't working. I don't know. It's just crazy to me. I'm like, they're just like, we got to get a body double because like this is way too much right now. Yeah,
I'm gonna I feel like I'm gonna lose everybody who's watching this stream, but I'm
yeah,
just
probably.
it's like comical. Put some underwear on, sir.
Oh, good lord!
What is happening here?
He's got like a lead pipe in his pants.
So gross.
Oh, no, a hamaconda.
Hamaconda.
Chill
Yeah. Nope.
wall
Nope.
loading.
Nope.
I
Nope.
also agree.
I'm
I,
closing
I
out.
totally understand.
I'm
Yeah, you
closing
gotta get
out.
out of here.
Yeah. No, that last one was like full on like everything, like an anatomy drawing. That's what that was.
Yeah. Well, you're
I mean,
welcome, Ben.
yeah. You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Does he have a license for that for that weapon?
Yeah, sir, but yeah. John Hamm gets pulled over and gets shot because they're like, put the weapon down.
He had
Yeah.
he wasn't unregistered weapon.
Yeah. He's like, we saw the outline of it in his pants.
Concealed carry.
Yeah. Bag of oranges.
Black from the waist down.
Yeah.
Hamaconda.
That's so crazy. That's insane. But yeah, I mean, I know nobody wanted to ask about that or know that, but it's one of those
Yeah,
things.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's like for everybody. Like, I feel like normally people on streams are like, "Hell, look at this girl's tits," and I'm like, "Look at this guy's like
Look at his
wiener."
This package is just swinging around. Yeah.
So actually, my health class, the guy didn't talk. He couldn't talk about things clearly. So I feel like he's the reason everybody got pregnant because he
Like
couldn't.
He was uncomfortable, or
He couldn't. Yeah, he was the gym teacher and also the sex ed teacher, kind of like in Mean Girls. Except the guy in Mean Girls at least tried to explain like something. This one was like he couldn't say vagina, so he had no problem saying penis, but he'd be like the man sticks his penis in the woman's. Anyway, so what you got? Like he just would never say vagina. So I'm just like, I bet you so many people were like, well, he didn't say vagina, so I guess I can put it there.
Yeah, that must be the spot he was talking about. He must have been talking about something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So now that we're through the cock inspection segment, what's next?
Yeah,
well,
that's
the I guess with the safety coffins, just to finish that up, they had one that I learned about semi recently that apparently so there's one that was called a spring-loaded coffin, which sounds funnier than it is because I thought it meant that they launched you out of the coffin if you were still alive. It's like
just a bunch of dirt. And you're just like oh.
Yeah. Also, just imagining like if you were alive and it launched you out and then you like landed like you died that way. Like,
yeah, like hit your head on like a gravestone and just fall over. Yeah.
Or the what was the other one? There was a glass that was it. I think I learned about the glass topped ones.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm like, what is the point of that? Like, they're like just to like see if you're dead. But I'm like, if there's dirt all over you, that's not gonna matter. But apparently, what they would do for that one is there was like a glass door or something like that, like a whatever, like so that they could see you. So basically, if you had one of those, they wouldn't put dirt on you for several, like 3 days. And
Okay.
somebody's job was to come out and check on you every couple hours to look peep through the glass to make sure you were still dead. Could you
Whoa.
imagine being the guy on shift or something where you check, you come back the next hour, they're gone,
Yeah.
not
Like you
even
look
alive, just gone.
and you just look and then yeah, it's just empty and you're just like, nope, I quit. Yep, I'm done. Yeah.
So yeah, there was
Yeah.
that. There was then the string one where they tied the ring to your finger. Allegedly, that's where Saved by the Bell came from. Dead
Oh, okay.
Ringer, and a couple other things.
Gotcha. I wonder if that
But
ever actually worked. You know?
they have no documented cases of it actually saving anybody, but they have documented cases of them giving a false positive or whatever, where basically they went off because they didn't understand, like, oh, bodies sometimes move in the grave because they expand from the gases.
Yeah.
Um, so there was one I think that was like connected to your joints, like your feet and your hands or something, and then
No.
like stuff like that. So once they started to swell, it would move the thing.
And it was like ding ding and you're like, oh no, and you dig it up and it's just this like bloated corpse.
Could you imagine? Like,
No.
um,
I'd also quit
or
that day too.
no, I absolutely like I. Ugh.
Yeah.
But see, I'm also like fascinated by it. So on one hand, I'd be like, "Ooh, spooky," and on the other hand, I'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
spooky."
I wanna quit, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna stop for a little while here.
Like I've gone on ghost hunts before, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going on a ghost hunt," but then I'm also like, "Keep the lights on," and also
Yeah.
like, I want somebody behind me and in front of me.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Oh shit. She's like, yeah, protect me, but also let's do this.
yeah. I'm
Um,
like, be my human meat shield.
yeah. Well, I have friends who have worked in like hospitals and stuff around dead bodies, and then I did have a friend who worked in a morgue. It happens less in the morgue, but it did happen a lot in like the hospitals
Mhm.
where like after a dead body for a while, sometimes like it'll release like air out of their lungs and then they'll make noises. So like you'll just be sitting here and you're like, ah, or something because yeah, and they're like that would be kind of freaky because you'd be like, oh, this guy's dead,
Oh
and
my
then they're like,
god.
ah, and you're like,
That reminds me of a fucking there's a Reddit. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's fake, but it was hilarious and it was something like that where I guess people were talking about like the creepiest thing that had happened. What was it? With a body or something like that. But basically they were talking about flying with corpses because when somebody dies in another state or another country, somebody has to fly the body back.
yeah,
So let me see. My sister sent it to me. Let me see if I can
you
find
do
like
fart, you do fart when you're dead. I don't know if you throw up, but I do know people fart when they're dead because yeah, there's nothing holding the butthole back. Like you're not, yeah. So it's just
the butthole is free.
yeah, just like stuff like that. So
Thank you for that demonstration, Mike.
you're welcome. Yeah, we got to You got to know exactly what it sounds like when a corpse farts.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, I may have found it, guys.
Oh snap! This is where we get demonetized.
Okay. Yep. This is great. No. It's not like that. It's just
Oh,
funny. So somebody on Reddit, in Ask Reddit said, "People who work in morgues or with the dead, what is the creepiest thing you've witnessed?" And so somebody said, "A friend told me this story ages ago, and I hope I remember it well enough. When he was 18, he worked for a single plane transport contractor, and one time they had to carry a body. It wasn't autopsied or prepared for funeral yet. That was where they were taking it. So it was wrapped and just sort of laying on the floor." Now, when you're in the air, I'm sure other pilots will tell you the rise and fall of the airplane will do strange things with gravity, air pressure, and necromancy. In any case, the corpse had enough air in its lungs that the lower pressure outside the body caused the air inside to be expelled slowly and through the larynx. Meanwhile, rise and fall of the plane caused the body to sit up and the wrapping to fall away. Sitting up caused it to expel more air from the lungs. So while flying a dead body in the plane, they heard a long, low moan and saw a dead body sit up in the back of the plane. The pilot panicked, left the controls, and ran back and punched the corpse across the face, knocking it back down. He told me about how they figured out what happened, but I was laughing too hard at that point to really pick up the details. I do remember that they had to explain the additional damage to the corpse when they arrived at the destination.
no, never.
She imagine she's like, oh.
Yeah, I'd just be like, nope, we're done here. Like, yeah, just run to the back of the plane. like back down, zombie. Yeah,
But everybody in the comments was like, so if the dead guy was coming back, dude's first instinct is to punch him back to the
yeah.
afterlife.
Make sure he doesn't get up ever again. Like, listen, you had your chance. It's...
Somebody else said he was getting paid to transport a dead body. If he arrived with a live one, he'd have hours of paperwork to fill out. And somebody responded,
yeah.
somebody said, I was told to deliver a dead body, and by God, that is what I'm going to do one way or another. And then, let's see.
Shit.
And then a lot of people made jokes about fight or flight instincts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would scare the shit out of me. Like, I would be terrified, especially the moaning. Like, if you know, the sitting up is really bad too, but like it's the moaning and the sitting up together. You're like, nah. See, the noises freak me out. Like, that's never.
Yeah, it's what do I come back to? I like come back and I look at the chat and I see hashtag free buttholes.
Yeah, well, because like your butthole, it doesn't have any. It's just like, man, we're just gonna do it wherever we do. There's no pressure on us anymore, you know. Yeah.
What is? Hold on. What were y'all saying about?
Because when you die, your butt is just free to do whatever it wants.
Yeah, right. That's what it was. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Sometimes people shit their pants when they die. They poop their pants. You know,
or they
fart.
What is this? You want me to? Oh, is this you helping me out? Let me pimp it out again.
She
Sorry.
didn't even have the thing ready or anything.
I should have it just ready to go, but I'm not.
No.
I'm not.
Do you have it up right now?
Yeah, I just put it in the thing. Let's see. Oh, this is completely like million years ago. We were talking about like Rasputin, how it took him forever to die.
Yeah.
I think this is my ancestor, or at least I traced it back, but who knows? There could be records that are weird. Where is his death? Because I'm pretty sure it was like a crazy, like, hold on. I think he might have been like a vampire. Oh, shit. Yes. Okay. No? Massacre. Okay. So it was the St. Bartholomew's Day massacre. The Catholics now feared the Huguenots. So I think he was a Huguenot. And basically they're like, we got to murder this guy. I guess he might've been like the leader of some insurrection or something, or he may have just been like the head Huguenot or whatever. Hold on. We got from the struggler, but with an X, the non-binary struggler. The struggler has tipped $50. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow,
and he said,
that's awesome.
He said, pay my man Animane. His comics need it.
Boom.
I can't tell
that's
if
awesome.
I can't tell if that's a diss on Animane though. You're saying his comics need it.
Yeah,
you're like, give him money. He needs
this man needs help, please.
He needs help.
Yeah, please help him, guys. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it. The struggler.
That's awesome.
Or do you prefer the Strixler?
The
Strixler, the one slur. Okay, so let me see.
You gotta get sounds. We gotta get a soundboard for you so you can let off a sound when like people donate stuff.
Well, normally there is one, at least in my ears. This time it didn't go off, but it was yeah, wow, this was 10 minutes ago. I'm sorry. That's why you said Streamlabs. I'm sorry. I need somebody to probably help me moderate this stuff because I'm all over the place. Yes, it was on the French side.
Yeah, it's always on the French side.
All right. Now I've lost it. Where's his death?
That's a good question. I don't
know. Sorry. I'm just reading it just before they struck.
Yeah, thanks for letting us know.
Mm-hmm. Well, because otherwise I just look like I'm having a stroke, and I'm just like...
Well, that too. Yeah. This is, if you're new here, this is kind of part of Amanda's shtick. She likes to pull up something new, and then she'll tell you everything that she's doing as she does it, because she doesn't like the dead air. Yeah.
It's because it's weird, because if somebody's just like, oh, I'm going to come home from work, and I'm going to watch this live stream. Oh, what's this? And I'm just sitting here like...
I mean, it's not like you have a co-host that can also talk to people.
No, you're not allowed to talk. I didn't tell you you could.
That's not how that works.
Is it not?
I like your Bell Pez dispenser in the background. Is that new?
Yes, it is.
See, I caught.
Wow, you can see that from there?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Is your eyesight that bad?
I don't know. I just didn't think you'd be able to tell it was Bell.
I just noticed that. Yeah, it's just one of those things. You know, it's special. It's 90s memorabilia.
Okay, well, basically, see, there's a really great description of his death.
Yeah.
Um, but I guess somebody either changed it or whatever. But basically, he was like sleeping. They came to his room, stabbed him a bunch of times. He didn't die. So then they like tried to slit his throat. He didn't die. So then they had to throw him out the window. He's like, "I'm still alive, bitches!" And then they had to behead him.
Damn.
So
The beheading must have been the thing that took though.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like that's well, I don't know.
The way that
Maybe
guy was
that,
going. Yeah.
but
It's like, no.
way better than Funko Pops. I agree, and it's funny because I do make a lot of money because people like Funko Pops. So like at cons, I can I sign them for people, but I prefer Cuposket. There, I said it. Funkos are stupid looking.
What's a cute posket?
It's like a more detailed doll looking thing. So like Cuposket. So like you guys have seen Funkos, right? So Funkos look
okay, yeah.
So Funkos look like or these. They kind of have like they just look like little people with like the little eye.
Ooh,
Go away.
bad taste. He just beat up his girlfriend.
Oh yeah. And it's a pop. Pop!
Oh. Pop Kang!
Pop
like,
Kang.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Damn.
And then there's that's Funkos, and then Cute Basket. Hold on.
We have to make sure Amanda has to be really careful so she doesn't pull up any of her like recommended.
Well, I was also looking at the top
tabs.
because I realized it said window, and I looked at, and I saw I could see them on screen, so I was like, nothing's weird, and I'm like, okay, good. I have John Hamm sweatpants, Facebook Messenger, and people who work in morgues. But like, look at these; these are so much cooler looking.
They are, yeah,
right, like so much more detailed.
Yeah.
So whereas Funkos are like, duh, I'm a Funko. Cute basket.
Yeah, I actually really dig that though.
You know?
Yeah.
Funko.
I'm a Funko. Do you hear that they had to like throw away a ton of like Funko Pops and stuff because people are buying them less and less?
What really?
Yeah, there was like a whole thing about that. I gotta look it up, but yeah, like Funko Pops are just not as popular as they were anymore. Let me see here. Dumped.
I mean, I hope they stay popular because people like their Boruto Funkos and whatnot. I'm just saying, I think cute poskets are cuter.
That's what it was. Yeah, $30 million worth of Funko Pops went to a landfill.
How many billion?
$30 million.
Million.
Yeah, because its warehouses were overflowing with excess stock.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, it's like that. It's like the whole thing with like fidget spinners and like how they got really popular for a while. And then like every store in the world had fidget spinners, and then people are like limited edition fidget spinners and stuff. And you're like, you guys know this is gonna like burn out in like a month or two. And then like some companies and some places like went all in on fidget spinners, and when they stopped being super popular, because the people that they're marketing to will forget about them because that's literally why they need fidget spinners in the first place.
That's the irony of trying to capture the ADD crowd.
Yeah. Then like all of a sudden they just had like a ton of fidget spinners and they didn't know what to do with them. They're like, frick, what do we do with these now? Like, because we tried to like capitalize on these and didn't take a second to realize like, hey, it's better to like get in early and get out soon than it is to like stay in it for forever if it's something that is like a niche market, you know?
Yeah, you got to get in and get out. You got to be like, yeah. Oh my God, I was supposed to say like Bill Cosby.
Wow.
I said it, so clearly I didn't feel that bad about it.
Yeah, I mean,
I
well,
he
did it a lot too, though. I mean,
yeah, but
so he really didn't know when to get out of the game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like a serial killer where they're like they get too cocky and then they eventually fly too close to the sun.
Yeah.
He just too
and
close
he was
to the sun.
That man was orbiting the sun for a long time.
Mm-hmm. It's so crazy to me that he's free, by the way.
Yeah.
On a technicality, they're like, well, you did the rapes. You just, some lawyer didn't file paperwork properly.
It was that, and then it was like also you can't put somebody in jail for the opinion, like because some of these women and stuff like had like signed like NDAs that basically made it like they're like like it happened, but like you signed an NDA, so like you can't sue this guy. Like,
why would you sign an NDA? Did they get paid off?
I don't know if they got paid off or not, but that was I. They were some of them like without saying that because I'm not saying all of them were, but the issue was some of the allegations had other things going on with it. Like it's like, hey, I got paid hush money to like not talk about this thing, and now I'm going to sue this person for it. It's like, well, they can't go to jail for you accepted the money,
How much
and
I've thought about that's horrible, but I've thought about that before. I'm like, if somebody did something atrocious to me and I had the
mm-hmm.
chance to either put them in jail or get, I don't know, $10 million. I'm just saying, them
like
being in jail doesn't pay my bills.
that's that's true.
I don't know. I was thinking about that. I was like, I don't know if it's for me, like, yeah, I would want you to fucking be punished, but at the same time, I'm like, you being in jail, like, give me that 10 million, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, yeah. You being in jail doesn't pay my bills, so
You know, like I don't know,
yeah.
like maybe that's a completely idiotic thing to say, but I'm just thinking like
I think it's an interesting way to
I
look
would
at it.
rake you over I'd rake you over the coals. I'd take all the
Yeah,
money I could out
give
of
me that
you.
money. Give me that good cash. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, you ruined my life. I'm not going to ruin my life further by being poor still. I'll at least have a ruined life but be rich.
yeah. I don't know. Um, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. I it reminded me of that joke though that Dave Chappelle made about that, where he was like, "What is it?" He said that when the allegation came out, he goes, "This is ridiculous," because it was like 90 something allegations or some crazy thing like that. It was like a lot. The current, I think the number is right now 60. But yeah, he's like 60 or whatever. He could have done more than like 20 of those. But like 60 is a lot of people. Like that's at some point, like, you know, it's like, oh, hey, you know, this one person and maybe there's like an argument back and forth. But yeah, 60 people is a lot.
Also, like at that point, is it still even like the novelty is probably worn off by then? I think most of them do it because they want to get away with it. They want the power. They want to.
Yeah.
To me, I'm just like
Oh
at that
man, he
point,
just really
get a new
got
hobby.
he's just like, I got all these pills and I don't know what to do with them.
That's what he was doing. He's like, I don't want to do this. I just don't know how else to get rid of my medication.
He's like, I got 15 of these bitches left. I'm not throwing them in the garbage. They were a lot of money. Like,
Or like if I flush them down the toilet, they'll go back into the ocean, and then all the little fishes will be all high. I can't have people eating fishes and getting sick.
it was the intersectionality of he was saving the world and not, he was trying not to poison the oceans. Oh shit.
Yeah,
God
people don't know that Cosby's a really big climate change activist.
he's like, I'm protecting the world like this. Oh shit. Oh man. Yeah. That's really bad.
Well,
We should not. Yeah.
yeah, this is none of that should have happened. I'm sorry, everyone. I apologize.
Yeah, everybody involved. It's not funny.
It's not.
It's not funny. It's bad.
I say this horrible thing as I'm eating popcorn, so I look and I'm like trying to apologize, but I look very
like,
serious.
Sorry that bad thing happened to you.
I'm like, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what the conundrum would be. Let's say I knew that he was doing it to other people.
Yeah.
I would be a piece of shit. I would probably take the hush money, be set the rest of my life, knowing that somebody else is going to get him.
Yeah.
So really, I get my cake and eat it too.
Somebody else will definitely sue that guy or put that guy in jail. Like, yeah. You're like driving around and you're like driving around with like a Rolls Royce and they're like listening to the radio and like another person would come forward and be like, yeah, you go girls. like,
yeah, you go. I can't go to court because I've signed a thing because I'm a piece of shit. But
I got my car, so yeah.
I'm trying to think like what would I do with $10 million? I'd probably pull a epic verse and I'd like just fund my own projects. I'd buy a really nice house, in like the mountains somewhere away from everybody. Maybe I'd get a private plane like my friend. I mean, she's got like a little Cessna though. Those things go down a lot.
You'd be like Creflo Dollar and just like, you know, get your own private jet or have people give you a private jet, you know?
Maybe you know what? It probably better to be better to rent it. I don't know why I just porky pigged there. I was like, be better.
Or maybe a helicopter.
Nope.
That didn't go so well for Kobe.
No, it did not. And helicopters have one engine.
That's true.
So like if a plane, well, I don't know about Cessnas. I guess Cessnas are kind of like, I guess two. That's not really that helpful, but like that's why like if your engine goes out on an airplane, like a Boeing or whatever, you have like 4 engines, so it's not like you're not going to necessarily go down. But
Yeah.
on like a helicopter, you got one, and if that starts going, it's like, well,
It's over.
God, that's
Yeah.
my worst fear: plummeting to death.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Because you can't do anything. Like you see it coming, and there's
Yeah.
nothing you can do.
Yeah. Well, like I would rather be out of a vehicle plummeting to my death than I would be in a vehicle plummeting to my death. Because at
But
least
you'd rather
if
be
you're
out of it?
yeah, because a lot of times what I've heard is you die before you even hit the ground from like a heart attack. Like the fear or the shock kills you before you hit the ground. Whereas like if you're in a vehicle like plummeting, like like what if you don't die when you hit the ground? What if you hit the ground, survive, the thing blows up?
Why
And
would
you
the
get caught?
shock not kill you in a car, but it would kill you if you're just free
No,
balling?
what I'm saying is like I not in a car. That would be awful too. I'm talking about mostly in the air. Like if you're in like a vehicle in the air, yeah, if you like fall out of like a vehicle or you're like plummeting to your death, you typically have a heart attack and die before you hit the ground. But like in a vehicle and stuff like because you don't know when you're gonna hit the ground. You don't know what's happening, and maybe there's like a part of you
Oh,
that believes maybe you're gonna survive or something. I don't know.
interesting. Well, no, I've heard that. I've heard that in a plane crash, a lot of times. Well, in a plane crash, the pressure change makes you pass out.
Yeah,
So that's probably the way to go.
yeah, yeah. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. That'd be pretty awful.
Oh, it's 100% awful. Like yeah,
Yeah,
I fly a lot, and that's definitely something that I always think about. I'm like, well, is this the time?
yeah.
Um,
This is a good point, by the way. If you're
what?
drunk, you hit more flexibly and can survive.
So just always be drunk, like Kiora.
Yes, like Kiora. Well, she's not drunk anymore
Oh, okay.
because now that she's not doing alcohol, now that she's not drinking,
She's just
just
eating
back to
people
eating
again.
people. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Be honest, all of your 10 mil would go towards props for sketches. Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. I spent when I was doing my taxes, or I was like trying to write my expenses this past year. I was like, fuck, I spent too much on this channel. Like until recently, until I set up the Streamlabs, I had not made a cent on this channel,
Yeah.
and
I
I'd
like
spent
yeah.
a lot of money on it. I'm
They're
like,
like,
oh,
Amanda, do you need another throne? Yes, I need the second one because
like
the first one doesn't look as good.
I wanted
Like,
to because I wanted to do like I don't know if you guys were around. I did a Lord of the Rings like a AI thing like a couple months ago, and so Animan's working on a video right now where he's kind of trying to cut it down from like an hour and a half to like 30 minutes to kind of give you guys like a refresher of like the best of that, and then I'm gonna try and film what we wrote together, which is hilarious. But like even reading it or watching the video that he sent me today, I was like, fuck, I gotta get a couple more props. Because there's one scene where I said something about like, oh, he's eating a human while wearing a bib. I was like, fuck, I don't have any bibs. Like,
yeah, you can.
like I could just tuck like a paper towel in there, but
Yeah,
that's not a bib. That's a paper towel. In the script, I wrote a bib, so
it's
that's
close
what I gotta
enough.
do.
It's close enough.
No.
You can't make a bib out of like just a part of a blanket or something.
Oh, you just act like I made a clan hood out of fucking
Yes,
fucking pillowcase. So now you're just expecting me to cut up all my sheets?
yes.
No.
It's significantly cheaper than going out and
No,
buying a bib.
no, it wouldn't. Buying a pair of sheets probably costs more than buying a fucking bib.
Buying a pair of sheets that you can cut up to make multiple things with is significantly cheaper than just buying a bib that you
No,
may
I'm not
only
gonna.
use one time.
Let's see.
How expensive are these sheets that you're buying? That's what I'm
Let's
trying
see.
to figure out.
Let's see. Sheets. All right. Do we want to? Are we taking this to Amazon? Is that what's happening right now?
I guess fucking so. Or Walmart. Like,
All right. Sheets. That would be so embarrassing if like I searched something and it was like pee pad for bedwetters. All right.
50, yeah. She's like, oh no, don't look at that. Look, it's $15. Stop
Like,
looking at the $34 ones.
okay, 15, 34. About
$15 for a pair of sheets.
15 to 34. How much is a bib? I'm gonna say under $5.
But the thing, the sheet has multiple things. Look at that!
Okay.
Look at this!
Well, it's because I can't just get one.
Look,
These are
it doesn't-
fancy.
It
Look at
doesn't
these
matter.
$8,
matter.
$9. But
It
they're,
doesn't ma- those aren't even the right kind of bibs. Those are like plastic.
I was gonna say I want just something like this, but just one of them. Why can't you just give me one bib?
Yeah, see?
I would like
You
one
could just
bib.
buy a sheet and then you could make a clan hood out of it. You can have 2 clan hoods with your
I
sheet.
could. You know what? I
See?
do want to do that. And I have a pair of black sheets. And I don't remember I think it was on this stream. We talked about like a rebellious Klanman teenager who hangs out with black people and has like a black Klan hood and like wears all black, and he's like, God, I hate
Yeah.
everything white, Mom and Dad. So that
Damn.
could be kind of funny.
Damn it. Yeah. Yes,
Yep.
babies are very expensive, by the way. Bibs are expensive. Everything with babies is expensive. They're just expensive things. They're like, hey, can you please keep me alive? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, I'm not going to make it easy for you. So
Ah, yes, we reached the Klan hood segment of the stream.
there it is. There's always one.
Yep.
Yeah, like $19 for like a pair of bed sheets.
Look,
She's like, Amanda's like, oh, she's like looking at Egyptian cotton, and she's like, oh, $300. That's pretty good. I could make a Klan hood out of that.
no, bamboo, darling, bamboo.
Oh,
It's
God.
soft. It's wrinkly, but it's soft.
Oh my God.
I will be poor, but I will at least be comfortable
That's fair, I guess.
before they repossess my sheets. And then they're like, why is there like a triangle and like eyeballs cut out of this? And I'm like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, they're like, okay, this is kind of weird. Yeah. I don't know. That's like I said. I just want to put out. I just found another set on Walmart for $8.
Well, that requires me. I was gonna say going to Walmart, but I guess you can order online.
Wow. What world do you live in?
I
She's
just
like,
everything.
"Oh,
My
I'm
whole
going to Walmart. She's
my
like,
whole life is Jeffrey.
Yeah.
It's just me and JB.
Yeah, she goes into Walmart and she's like, oh, the pause.
I'm like going to click on things. I'm like, add to cart. Add to cart. Do you have 2-day shipping? Why is this not working?
Yeah, what
You
do
mean I have to
mean
carry
I
it
have
out
to
of the
carry it in my
store?
cart? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, add to cart.
Yeah.
Add to cart. It's like I have to pick it up.
Is someone going to carry this for me? What's happening here? Yeah.
I could find a good. I could probably find a pillowcase at Goodwill. I could also probably find chlamydia in that pillowcase at Goodwill.
They wash their stuff at Goodwill.
Do they? Because
Yes.
I used to wash the clothes that I gave to Goodwill, and then sometimes I get a little lazy and I forget.
They
So I figured-
literally have washing machines at Goodwill, at the building itself, where they
Before
wash
they
all the
put it-
stuff.
Great.
Yeah.
Shit.
Listen, I'm telling
I was
you,
trying
you
to
could
give people
find some-
chlamydia.
Yeah, damn it. She's like, oh, this one, oh, I didn't wash it. Weird. Whoops. Yeah,
Oops a doodles, just rubbing it on my crotch a little bit. I'm like, oh no.
yeah. Like, careful.
Says-
None of these clothes have chlamydia.
Incoherent turd says, no, they don't. No, they fucking don't, Mike.
Yes, they do. I have friends that work at Goodwill. Maybe the Goodwills you guys are around. Goodwills around me, they have washing machines in the back. They wash all their stuff.
How do you know that's not for something else?
What else could it be for?
Their own clothes.
Oh, they're like, ew,
The
you touched
laundry.
that. Yeah, that definitely has chlamydia on it. Wash your own
Yeah,
stuff.
bro, wash your clothes.
Yeah, I found some like cool stuff. See, here's the thing: Goodwill is kind of like the normie of thrift shops. Some thrift shops, you can find some really cool stuff in there, and you can find some really cool props. You probably find better props in a thrift store or like an old antique store than you could like buying stuff online.
Oh yeah, well, I mean that's my boyfriend's favorite hobby is thrifting.
Thrifting, it's
Or
smart.
yes, and he finds really cool stuff. I don't know. Like I'll look at stuff and be like, I don't know what this is, and he'll be like, this could go for $300. I could
Oh,
get
yeah.
it for $2 here.
I don't ever look at the resale value. I'm just like, am I gonna do something with this? Like, I got a really cool pair of goggles one time that I wore everywhere for like a year, because I found them at a thrift shop, and I was like, yeah, these are pretty good. So
I mean, there's some cool stuff. I just always worry about the ghosts. When you bring something home, you're like, it's got history. It's got
yeah. What you do is you
specters
just hold
living
it out
in
the
it.
window while you're driving, so the ghost gets blown off.
The ghosts like, "Ah!"
You bitch! I can't believe you've done this.
It's like when you have a bug on your windshield and you like watch him trying to cling to the windshield, and then eventually he flies off when you're on the
Yeah.
freeway.
This is a ghost instead. Yeah.
Amanda, didn't you find some good red shoes / heels at Goodwill? I found some, but they're not my size. Look at those though.
Those are pretty, but did you just buy them without trying them on first?
Oh, I knew they weren't my size. I just thought they were pretty.
So you just bought them because they were pretty.
Yeah,
Are they too big or too small?
too big. They'd be good for like a drag queen. They're like size 10.
Well, then just like, I don't know, pads and stuff. What are you looking at like that?
Well, because at first it said size not not available or not applicable, and I was like, wait, where did I get size 10 from? But then on the bottom it says 10.
Because I was kind of concerned. You look like terrified for a moment. You're
Look.
like, What did
I
these
looked at, I
shoes?
stared into the abyss, and the abyss stared back at me. I was like,
Yeah. Man, it's like, oh no! I saw the life of every drag queen in the world.
it flashed before my eyes, and like suddenly like I was like the avatar where I saw every drag queen that lived before me, and I was like,
You are now the drag queen.
yes, I'm the queen of the drag.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I did say
actually
this episode was about you teaching us how to tuck, so that feels full
that's
circle.
true. Yeah,
Uh,
I don't
they
know how
weren't
to
out of
talk.
nowhere; they were out of right here.
You had them sitting right there, ready to go.
Yeah, they've been
Did you
here.
at
They
least
literally.
try them on and try to walk around in them a little bit?
Yeah, I'm a size 8, so it didn't go so well.
You just pat them, like just stuff a bunch of like, I don't know, cut up a piece of sheet and stuff it in your shoe.
I'm not a savage. But no, this is like they like live here, so it's like because I've been wanting to. Oh, sorry, I've been wanting to take them and put them on my wall. I was thinking about like screwing them into the wall and having them kind of be like it'd be like a '90s nostalgia wall. And there,
Yeah,
here, there's a cute posket. The
who's
Sailor
that?
Jupiter. Sailor Jupiter.
I don't know who that is. I've never heard of that before.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I've never heard of that
This
before.
is a
That sounds
Christmas
fake.
tree.
Sounds made up.
This is for my nosebleeds because I get dry sinuses, so it's saline spray. Um, that is a tampon for you boys or Dylan Mulvaney. This is Sailor Jupiter soda.
You haven't drank it?
I did drink it,
Oh, okay. I thought it was still full.
and then there's
what is-
Raid.
You have a second Hellmouth?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have some over here too. Over here. Oh, that one's not working. I guess the gays aren't coming out of that one today. But yeah, I have them all over my room. I think I also have one on the other side of the room. I don't know if you can see all the way over there.
You see the chaos that is this place?
Oh God, that's creepy in the dark. Hold on.
It is creepy in the dark.
Do you see
What's
the
that
woman?
glowy thing over there in the corner?
You see the woman in the corner?
I was talking about the glowy thing in the corner, but yeah.
You see her? Hold on, let's shine the light over there.
Yeah, vaguely. Yeah, we can see her, yep. Is that your bloody mannequin?
No, that's a ghost. She just appeared there.
No, I don't think that.
What
Nice
if the
job.
mannequin was actually behind me?
That'd be kind of terrifying.
And I was like, see that woman in the corner? And
I
then
thought that's what the reflection was in your window.
shut up. Doesn't work.
What
Doesn't work on me.
Because, oh, yeah. Well, now we can't see it because it's down below. Now we only see your head. But before, when we could see in the window, there was, yeah.
This is what I chug every day.
I like how, of all the things that you've shown us, that's the one you've, like, showcased the most.
The
Like,
Raid?
you're like, heels, and they're like, yeah, there's like
I
Sailor
showcased the
Jupiter
heels
soda,
for a good bit.
and then she's like, Raid. Did you guys see this? Did you
It's
guys know
got
about this?
quite a velocity on it, or not velocity, like because I keep getting wasps in this
20
room
feet.
for some reason,
Yeah.
and so I'm sitting at my desk, and suddenly I'll see them over there, and I can like take this. It goes up to I think 40 feet, and it's
Yeah.
just like.
Have you
It's
sprayed
almost
the
like.
side of your house and you're under your awnings?
Mm-hmm. So
They're
it's
still there, huh?
Oh no, I
Yes.
know I haven't. Oh, I thought you said you can. I haven't
No,
seen
you
them.
gotta
I
go
don't see.
outside.
I
Yeah.
don't see any nest or anything outside. So I think.
Yeah, you
maybe
gotta
they
go
just-
like up under your awnings and spray the whole corner down.
I think they just might live in my heart.
Yeah. She
This
just
is
has
also
wasps in her heart.
a picture of me and my best friend Timmy and his gay boyfriend and my boobies. We're at Six Flags.
Nice. That's where you go.
No, not Berry Farm. That's where we were.
She just shows up at Six Flags and she's like, "I'm ready for my pictures." Like, what? We don't do that here. And she's like, "Well, I'm dressed up.
I'm
so-"
here. So are we doing this or not?
Yeah.
That's funny. Like it's like no, I didn't dress up like this because they had the stuff there. I'm like no, I showed up to the park ready to go, ready to rock.
Yeah, 100%. Damn. It's
Well,
kind of out of control.
speaking of out of control, I feel like that's what the stream's become, which I appreciate. But also, do you have anything you would like to tell people before I bury you in the backyard?
No. I'll just ring the bell. They'll come find me.
Oh, nice callback.
Yeah.
No, I'm putting you in one of those spring-loaded coffins that just like launches you into space and you break your neck and fall back into
That's my
space.
thing. Did they leave it open?
No.
And like,
No.
what if you bury it and like it
So-
goes off while you're underground?
I think what it was that it was I think a spring-loaded door. So I think it pushed the dirt off of you. Or
Oh.
that was the theory. So, oh yeah, look, the tables have turned. First it was just you buried Josiah, now it's my turn to bury you.
100%.
Well, oh, what's this one sound like? This is like if you're at a spa getting a massage, getting a nice little rub and tug.
Yeah. I was gonna say because it's a special massage where they're super sketchy about it, and like the lady seems really upset, and you're like, I don't know what the issue is here, ma'am, but like
Yeah, you said massage.
Yeah.
Well, what is that? What am I asking you to do? I'm sorry. You had one job.
Yeah. Or you
You're
don't know that is that one of those kind of massages? So like she's being like really aggressive, rushing through it. Like, what's her deal? And then she like flips you over, and you're like, whoa, hold on a second. It was too late. Yeah. Snuck up on you.
I mean, this is too detailed, and I'm uncomfortable now that you're like, yeah, don't you hate it when it happens?
I was just retelling the story you told me about your special massage that you get at the. Yeah.
It's called pelvic floor physical therapy, Mike. It's a condition.
This is therapy for me, okay?
Yeah, it's therapeutic. Did you hear that?
I did.
It went to like it was like the
Big
ghost
George.
in the machine.
Yeah, ghost in the machine. Yeah.
This music is uncomfortable. Oh, is that a key change or something? No.
I like how she's analyzing the music, like the.
I just have never clicked this one. I usually click like feeding the ducks or whatever.
Yeah. Feeding ducks.
But yeah. All right. Bury Mike next to White Mike. Well, you'll never find White Mike's body because I didn't kill White Mike because White Mike's not dead. Was that the ghost? I guess it was. He's like, I don't like this music. It reminded him too much of the time he got a bad rub and tug.
Yeah.
Quick, feet under the cover now. Well, thank you guys for coming today. I think it's going to be at this time for the next 5 weeks as I do my class. If I keep going with the class, it may be a permanent change. But maybe I'll put a poll to see if you guys would rather have it on a different day or a different time or whatever. Or have anime do it.
We could just keep it like this for a while and see how it goes regardless.
Wait, consistency? What?
She's like, I don't know why people aren't watching the stream anymore. She's like, I changed it to 2 a.m. on a Friday.
It's a secret stream. Only cool people can know about it. Yeah, you gotta like know the password to get in.
Yeah.
Damn. Anyway, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna maybe spray some wasps, chug it, whatever I decide to do, however I want to party. Mike is gonna do that.
Yeah.
His seduction technique. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday at 6.
6 o'clock. Yeah.
Deuces.